watching you guys come up with some of these pretty creative stuff that you guys are doing to keep busy. So what are you doing?
Man, I'm weightlifting, staying in the house, video games, bonding with the family. I got 2 little brothers, teach them everything I know, football. So, just staying close to the fam and, staying in the house for sure.
Is there a chance, because you guys, you also have a unique situation in that you're from a school that you guys have big time ballers, and on top of that, you got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. So, do you guys have an opportunity to get out and get together, toss the ball around or anything?
Oh man, it's been a while since me and Miller got to throw, but we talk every day. We still keep this bond strong, but we haven't for a while. We haven't been able to get on the field and work, but
Right.
Hopefully we'll be able to get it in, but nah.
Well, we're hearing at least some positive stuff that we might slowly creep back to, seeing how things go and get back to normal. Because everybody's going crazy right now, and especially for you guys, because you guys, this is completely not normal for you guys.
Exactly. So new, man. Yes, sir.
So tell me, what comes with this downtime, and talking to some college coaches, is that recruiting for them right now is kind of like their escape from some of the other stuff that they're doing when they're cooped up at home and all. So who are you hearing from? Who's talking to you, and who's got you fired up?
A couple schools, Clemson, Alabama, obviously USC, Texas, Washington. Those are some schools that stand out to me in my recruiting. They hit me up every day. We talk, and creating bonds with the new coaches is unique for me. I've never been outside my state, so visiting those other guys, seeing them and building a relationship with those guys is huge for me. But those couple of schools, have been reaching out to me on the daily and giving me heads up and wisdom, words of advice, and all that good stuff. Yes, sir.
And people should realize when you get an offer from Clemson, and there's some schools, you get offered by Clemson. They don't offer you guys just nice.
Right.
Yes, you get an offer from Clemson, it's a committable offer. And, Alabama's coming after you, Texas, USC. I mean, my goodness. Did you have some plans that you had to rearrange or cancel during the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
Yeah, yes, sir. I was planning on visiting up the South schools, that I was talking to, Bama, LSU, those couple of good schools, Clemson, Texas, the second week of April. But, that got delayed. So, it's a bummer. It's tough. But, we just talking to the coaches, like I said, keeping the bond strong. And, but those things. But my spring break, I was supposed to go see Washington and some schools over here on this side, spring break hit. But, the coronavirus came. But, hopefully everybody's doing good during this tough time and praying for everybody. Yes, sir.
Well, so far we're not experiencing too much madness, and I'm not sure what we're going to be doing if they tell us in June that we're not going to have a football season. But we're not. I choose not to talk about it, so I won't.
Right.
What is USC? Okay, so we had DJ Harvey on last night, and it's no secret. Last year USC. They were doing a much better job recruiting than they were the year before, but it just wasn't resonating with you guys.
Right.
What are they doing now that's got you guys kind of excited about the program?
Well, just their energy, what they bring to the table. The coaching staff is fired up, and they're excited for the season. The defensive side, Coach Orlando, he brought in a couple guys, so he's ready. He's fired up, and I like his energy. And Coach, along with Coach Holden and Coach Graham, there's some key guys that I can trust. They talk to me a lot, and those are some good guys. And just the coaching staff and the team, they're fired up. They know, what they can do, and they have the ability to bring and keep the guys that they want out here, keep them at SC. So they just they have a different approach to their recruiting now this year. So
yes,
it's just coming at you very hard, and it's up to you, to kind of be strong and take it. So yes, sir.
I mean, they're more aggressive. They're spending a lot more time. I'm not sure anybody's out recruiting USC this year, where it seems like that was the case with almost everybody the previous 2 years. So they're really killing it right now. The results speak for themselves, and you guys are excited about it. But what are they talking to you about position-wise? Because you like DJ Harvey, you could put both you guys on the football field anywhere, and you guys are going to make plays.
Yes, sir. We talked. He said, Coach Dante, we talk all the time. weekly, but he tells me like safety, nickel, hybrid, athlete, just that all the defensive positions, back there, all four positions. And he said he's gonna let me if I come to SC, I could kick punts, return punts, and return kicks and all that. So show my versatility still. So that's key. That's huge for me. But a couple positions definitely come back to play. Yes, sir.
But that's the kind of player you are. You don't get Jaylin Smith and get a cornerback or whatever, right? You get much more than that. And
yes, sir.
On top of that, we like you a lot. So all right, Alemany, we'll go back to that. The talent that you guys have, 2 years ago, I don't remember where Alemany was as a football program,
exactly.
but I know where you guys are now.
Yes,
And when there's a chance like Miller's high on USC, I know your interest is strong in USC. You already got commitment for the class of 2022, and then USC's going after some other guys. And you have premium also.
Yes, sir.
It seems like there's kind of like this momentum building up with the local guys you talked about and USC. Is that going on with UCLA at all too, or is it USC kind of gotten your guys' attention?
I feel like UCLA's in the mix. They're doing their deal, recruiting and all that. Got a couple of our guys. We got to commit actually at Alemany. So they're doing their recruiting part. But SC's they're coming at, like I said, they're coming at you very hard and very strong. Yeah. So I say they got to pull, but SC's winning that for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you about the other schools too, because Clemson is okay. You start off with Clemson. We were around when Pete Carroll was coaching USC, and they were. If they would have been playoffs back then, they would have been a playoff team for like 8 straight years.
Yes, sir. For real.
So that you get a program like that immediately gets your guys' attention. But I know there's way more going on at Clemson than just that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us about the other stuff that's got you excited.
Well, you're talking about Clemson, right? You said about
Clemson.
Okay. Clemson, well, I'm excited about Clemson. The coaching staff there is very legendary. They talk to you, and they'll tell you straight up that, they'll shoot you like a man, and they're preparing their guys not to only be college athletes, but not only college athletes, but students off the field and great men off the field. So, just taking in everything they say to me, taking their advice, encourage. But they're definitely huge for me. I'm definitely high on them, and I can't wait to go see them. Yes, sir.
How is and their program is unique also in that it's very based around the faith and it's similar to USC, but I think maybe in a little different way. The faith family football thing, they really take it to a new level at Clemson. Just talk about, because a lot of us don't really know what they're doing, what that program is about. Do you know enough to be able to help us out with it? To talk about that?
Oh yeah, they're very up for. They want to work, they have a mentality to where they want to work, and they want to get their guys to the highest they can be and push them to the highest level. So I'd say their mentality is just different than others. The way they approach the weight room, the way they do things differently, it's just different. And definitely something that attracts me to it. Seeing everyone that has the same mentality that want to go do things that's great in life, and other than being somebody that doesn't do anything right. So just everything about them is just different. Their whole everything. Yeah, yes, sir.
Who's recruiting you at Alabama?
Coach Sark. Yes, sir. I talked to Coach
what's
Sark.
He telling you? What's his message?
Just giving me, like I said, most of the coaches give me a lot of advice. Words of advice, because I'm new to it. I haven't really experienced my recruiting, and they just give me good advice and telling me great things that I can kind of keep in my toolbox to kind of help me become better. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. Those are two programs. You guys, you're student athletes, but football is what you want your occupation to be. And when you start seeing these programs putting guys into the NFL in large numbers every year, that's a big deal. I know that.
Yes, sir.
But you also got some of the schools on the West Coast as well. And you talked about Washington was a school you would have been visiting. Just tell us what's going on there with why their school of high interest.
It's always been a top school for me, Washington. Growing up, seeing all the DBs that go to the NFL, how they prepare their guys for the NFL draft and all the good things. Just talking to Coach Will Harris and Coach Lake, on the daily, they give me good advice for the defensive side as well, because those are defensive coordinators and defensive backs. So just giving me straight good tools, that I could put in my toolbox. But there just everything stands out about Washington. You know, it's on the lake, and you know everything about it is just good. All the fans, everything. So I took a visit down there my 8th grade year, and I loved it ever since. I loved it ever since. I loved it ever since. So,
you loved it enough to where you were going to go back.
Yeah.
So that says a lot right there. Now, pardon my ignorance, Jaylin, because I haven't spent a whole lot of time asking about all of your schools of interest. But what other schools on the West Coast could get a visit from you when things open back up?
Most definitely Washington, Oregon. I've been talking to Colorado about coming to visit there. Just a couple of schools: Washington, Oregon, ASU, Cal. A bunch of other great schools, but those are the schools that stand out the most to me right now. So.
Okay, Oregon. The last two years, anyways. We've had to ask all of you guys about Oregon. Right. It seems like every kid in Southern California was being recruited hard by them and was going up there and visiting, and a lot of guys were signing. What's Oregon's approach right now with you? How are they getting you excited to have the interest in the Ducks?
Everything about them. I seen the way they played. It's past few years, so I'm happy they're recruiting me. But just the coaching staff. They're good. They know exactly what they're doing, and I know how they produce their guys to go to the NFL. And that's what I want to do. That's my dream. So just talking to them and seeing what they can offer. Helping me find my fit. So we talk on the regular. They just introduced me to something new. I've never been to Eugene yet, so they're showing me around virtual tours and all that good stuff. So it's showing me different. Yes, sir. So they're just overall it's a good program.
Tell us when you said you were up and you've been to Eugene now, right?
No, virtually tour, yeah.
Oh, yes, virtual tour. All right. Well, when you do go up and visit, I want to ask you because I always want to ask you guys. When does the wow factor kick in with the facilities?
Exactly. I always had that question. I wanted to know. I just couldn't wait to see it. Man, so I can't wait.
All right. ASU has got Chris Hawkins, Antonio Pierce, Herm Edwards, and a bunch of other dudes that know how to coach.
Yes, sir.
What is ASU telling you?
ASU actually, me and Coach Hawk, we have a great, strong relationship since we've been at USC. So, he's just giving me great tools, just to stay in shape during this quarantine, weightlifting, all this stuff, giving me tools, kind of keep me right. But overall, they're like a school that I can, go visit by a drive. So, I've been talking to them, staying in contact with them, and they're giving me nothing but great vibes. All the coaching staff is legendary. They know what it takes to become great. So, coaching, hearing from them is just always great.
So we'll go back to USC and Dante. What was your reaction when you saw the news break that USC had hired him?
Oh man, I was shocked. I thought Dante was Oregoned out forever, but that was huge news for USC. They needed somebody that can take over the West and kind of recruit guys like how he recruits guys at Oregon. So seeing Dante make that move to kind of make his city better and make this make the town better and make USC come back on the rise is just great, and happy for him and happy for the opportunity he's got. Yes, sir.
Dante's obviously somebody that you talk to all the time. Are you one of those guys that's kind of talking with all of the coaches at USC?
Oh yeah. I talked to Coach Harrell. I talked to Coach Harrell. I talked to Coach Orlando. I just FaceTimed Coach Orlando like 2-3 days ago. We talked about, just like online school and all that good stuff, and what I want to major in and all that. But Coach Harrell, I talked to Coach Clay Helton, Coach, all of them. I talked to all of them. We FaceTime all the time. We FaceTime everything. Yes, sir.
I'm sure that's like a nightly program for you, right? All right, FaceTime with this school tonight. Right? Man,
it's a shame, man. It's all coming at me.
But you're a dude that would enjoy this.
Yeah, no doubt. This would
be fun.
Yes, sir, it is. All right.
Just checking. All right. Is USC like when I travel? I go all over the place. And Southern California, you guys grow up. USC and UCLA is right there in your face, right. And you guys spend time going to football games, being on campus for visits, whatever. But you talk about the kids across the country, and USC is still a name that resonates with them. But there wasn't a whole lot of confidence in the coaching staff.
Right.
Where is that right now with you guys as recruits? The confidence level in this coaching staff to develop you to go reach your dreams.
Oh, definitely high. You know, their confidence level is definitely high. I can say honestly, in the past 2 years, that they increased very highly on their confidence. You know, with their recruits. I know they feel like they can get anybody across the country, and that's what they're gonna do. So they're just chasing
All right.
after everybody, and they're getting it done. And I can say the different approach is kind of, you know, keeping an eye out for them, like regardless of across the country. Everybody's, you know, looking at them for sure.
It seems that way, you know. It's just
Right.
we can kind of get a little bit of a feel just basically on Twitter and Instagram. You know, kind of guys are going like, "What's up with USC?" All of a sudden.
Yeah, it's different, man. It's different.
I got to ask you though, what is Graham Harrell talking to you about?
Oh man, because I was a little under the weather a couple of days ago. About 2 weeks ago, I had strep throat. So he's like, he's talking about, he's like, "Are you good?" You know, everybody's checking up on me. The whole staff checking up on me.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, you got to stop kissing on this girl, just making jokes and all that." I'm like, man, you know. But we just talked about, you know, character, and you know, he showed me a couple film, you know, about all his receivers, you know, what they do, and just, you know, just helping me out any way he could, and you know, letting that open hand, you know, giving me his number, like, you know, whenever you need a question, I have a question, you know, hit me up type deal, you know, just a good person overall. One of my favorite OCs in college football for sure. So.
All right, so I mean, there's a lot to happen with the recruiting process. Are you
Right.
a lot of guys have changed their time frame, changed when they're coming out with their top schools?
Yeah.
Is this shutdown affected you at all in that regard?
No sir. Just looking at every school, looking at every time opportunity I can, you know, slowly but surely, you know, just getting everything situated, you know, seeing everything, talking to every school from different countries, seeing what they offer, and, you know, can help me and benefit me and my family. It's just huge. But it hasn't affected me at all. You know, just taking a day at a time, option, seeing where I can possibly fit in as best.
All right. And with, you know, I always want to talk about premium, but I also want to talk Alemany, because, you know, sometimes we go a little bit strong on premium because, you know, I'm so familiar with it, because you guys, if you got one property, it's like 75 guys, you know, be one guy, one property. So we think premium more often, but we'll kind of lump this into the same, because Miller and you are both premium guys. And just what has premium brought to you as a young dude? Because, you know, you guys have a strong bond with Big and Matt and all the guys.
It's just a family-oriented, you know, organization. You know, we all came in as freshmen, we all came in as freshmen on this one team, and we kind of grew as the years became. So, you know, we always been a family, you know, and, you know, what they gave to me, you know, no other 707 team has ever done for me. You know, Coach Fig brought me in under his wing and, you know, helped me out actually, you know, and I'm forever thankful. And, you know, we just have a great team, and just the bond we had, it was just uncomparable, you know, going on those road trips to Tennessee, you know, in the van, like, you know, just
you went this year, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna talk more about that too, but anyway, I cut you off.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, just bonding with the team, you know, off the field, you know, that's important to some teams, but, you know, just overall the bond and everything about it, just a very family-oriented organization. Yes, sir.
Okay, is Virginia Tech one of the schools you're seriously considering?
No, sir.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
We'll say you're maybe. We won't ever cut anybody
off.
Well,
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna ever cut no schools off, you know, but I'm always open to any school.
I always make sure that we're clear on that, because fans will choose to. Well, you know, they'll try and decipher. Oh, well, he's. Anyway, I've always told kids, the reason why I hesitate about that is I'll probably even delete that part out, because God knows what. I always tell kids, don't ever cut a school out. I don't even know why I asked you that question.
Yeah, right. This
is why I did, because what they did at midnight for you guys was pretty impressive. Tell me about that.
For sure. Yeah, it was dope. Great experience. You know, I've never seen Virginia Tech, so, you know, going out the tunnel, showing us everything, showing us the weight room and everything. It was just awesome. The coaching staff was excited to see us, and super excited to see us at 12 o'clock at night. So it was like, okay, they're just different. So, you know, it's different look, and it's super dope out there. You know, the snow makes everything look better. So, you know, just cold, and it was great though. It was a great experience.
All right. Yes, hey, is there a school that you visited to where, you know, it really, it can be more than one, that really blew you away? You know, I talking to DJ Harvey,
Virginia Tech was one of those for him. Yeah, for sure. Virginia Tech. I seen Ohio State. Ohio State was really nice. Also Cal. I for sure say Cal. Just because Cal, the whole setting about it is just cool. The trees, everything around it, and just all the people. Those three schools, that's probably the few schools I've seen, but those three schools stood out for me.
All right. And you've been on some visits to USC. Have you been this year? Did you go to a couple of the big gatherings or just one of them?
I went to I think one or two.
Were you at the basketball UCLA basketball game that day?
Oh yeah, I was there.
Okay.
I was at yes, sir.
Well, word was that was a pretty impactful day for USC.
Oh yeah.
Okay, was that for you also? Because the way it was put to me, I think Miller was the one that said this. He said, it was either Coach Helton or something. Hey, look around at this group of guys. Just take it. And do you think you can win a championship with these dudes? Just tell us what you took away from that day. I just took away a lot of great tools. They were telling us, he said exactly what you said. And I was like, wow, that just made me think more. But I've seen everything. And, everything just seemed very natural to me. Everybody was there, and it was all supporting just one thing at one time. So, seeing the support system to have is just different for me, and it's huge also. All right. Now I want to move on and ask about Alemany. Tell us what those coaches there, because this is another vital part of your development as a player and a person, are those dudes at Alemany. The coaching staff there, they helped me tremendously. I wasn't always the best. So, they put me in shape and, taught me, some things never go unnoticed, and you work hard, and all the hard work actually pays off. So, my coach taught me that, and, they taught me to keep that killer instinct, but also, be a leader on the field and off the field as well. So, kudos to them, and I thank my coaching staff, for helping me get to where I am now. And we're not done. We're not done. Yes, sir. I know how good they are. So we always make a point. We need to talk about coaches like that. Most high school coaching staffs, we sometimes don't mention them enough, and I always make a point to remember to. What is a favorite moment or two or three that you have had during this recruiting process? Like really stood out. Doesn't even have to be from a school that you're interested in anymore. Something that stood out to me most about this recruiting was all the schools that reached out to me. Some schools, just seeing the love that I'm getting, from a couple of these schools over the country. I dreamed about it when I was younger, and now it's finally happening. So, that was probably the most thing. Like once it started first happening, like once I got SC, and then like once all the schools started following me, once it all started happening, kind of, that was my point where I was like, okay, it's kind of finally happening, and I'm kind of, I was super excited during that time, and that was probably my all moment. Yeah. Yes, sir, no doubt. What is the offer count up to? 19. All right. Well, we'll go to 20. You'll bust through 20 here before. What's crazy is this was the spring evaluation period right now. This was like the first. That you were probably going to have 10 more offers by the end of May. But yes, anyway. Sir. Yes, sir. Is there an offer out there though? This is where I was leading with this. Is there an offer out there that man, I want that offer? Oh man, I got two of them. LSU and Georgia. I need LSU and Georgia. All right. I'm pushing for it. Okay. Why? Everything. LSU. We can start with LSU. LSU started off with the most guys drafted in NFL history. So college football history. So that's huge for me. Staying in touch with the coaches there. That's also huge for me. What they do and what they bring to the table, that's awesome. The weightlifting, all that, everything's different down there in so I just can't wait to get up there and see the coaching staff and everything. But, definitely different. And Georgia, they're also different too. I know a couple guys, Georgia, that's my guy. We talk all the time. He tells me about how everything is and, what they think about you. I ask them every day, like, what does he think about Georgia? And, like, how, what can they, how is their schooling and all that different stuff, So everything just stood out, what he told me stood out for me. So yes, sir. All right. Well, hey, man, it's normally we. Today it's I. Yeah. Really appreciate you, man, working this out. The only person that I'm going after hard right now is Sierra. Because I'm trying to get some with him too. But the last question was, I'm asking this question because we have people that our subscribers will be curious to know. Is there any conversation that you and Miller, whether it's USC or another school, the thought of playing football together beyond high school?
Can you say the question again?
Is there any, you and Miller, the guys at Alemany ever talk about, the chance, the opportunity to go play college ball together like you're playing in high school?
Oh, for sure. Me and Miller have those talks all the time where we're going to go to college together. That's the plan, going to college together. But most definitely a couple of my guys at Alemany wants to go to college together. So I'm down. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I lied. One more question. Tell us about a player at Alemany we don't talk about enough.
Who could I say? Jayshawn Froster Ramos. I can give you.
Tell us about him.
He plays opposite of my position. He's a Sam. He's a very tough kid. He's a freshman. He came in as a freshman this year and held his own. Actually, he's throwing the fire. He plays actually corner, and then stuff happened, so position changed, and coaches threw him in the fire, and he held his own. It wasn't always pretty, but he always kept his head up, and I was always in his ear to help him out. He's a freshman, so everything was so rough on him, but he held his own. Got his first offer this year from Oregon State.
Nice.
And he's the biggest USC fan. So
is he? All right. Well,
he's the biggest USC fan. So yeah, he has a great family and all that. But he's very underlooked because we have a lot of great guys that's in that class, the 2023 class. Yeah. So he's very underlooked, and I feel like he needs the respect he deserves, because that position he played was a tough position, and he held his own, and helped us out tremendously.
What's your best position?
I don't even know, Coach. To be honest with you, I think I'd say offense. I like to get the ball a lot, but
all right,
defensive. I like to lock people up, but it's kind of in the middle with me, and my head's gonna always be in the middle.
But you're like one of the guys that could legitimately go do both.
Both or
do one. You could do either, but you could. There's guys that have gone on and maybe they're defensive players. They would be on offensive few plays, and it was maybe the other way around as well. But you legitimately can go do that. There's some guy. Yeah, it's
just different, it's not a day goes by where I don't think about it. Like, where do I want to play in college? Offense, defense. So, it's literally in the middle of my head. I don't really know. It's kind of I'm
right. It's a nice problem to have, Jaylin.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for joining us. I appreciate this greatly. I hope to see you soon.